What's up, YouTube? This is my wish list for the legacy support from the most recent upcoming core set, Legacy of Destruction. Let's get on into it. So, the first thing is, so far, and kind of where the idea for this support came from, is so far in Legacy of Destruction, we've had Yugimoto support with the Gandora, / Gold Sarcophagus of Light support, and just last night we actually had new Melodious support, which, even though that's not what I was hoping for Arc 5 support, they definitely deserved the love. So, really good support there. So, I wanted to kind of go through and see what other decks from the various Yu-Gi-Oh! Series I think should get support in Legacy of Destruction, or if it's not going to be in Legacy of Destruction, at least sometime in 2024. So, let's get right on into it. So, since we've already had the Gold Sarcophagus and Melodious support, we are not going to be doing any decks from Duel Monsters or Arc 5. So, that means the first one up is, of course, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. So, for this, I would like to see Demise and Ruin support. So, it kind of fits with the whole theme of the set being Legacy of Destruction. And this is a ritual archetype that focuses on just nuking the entire field and potentially OTKing the opponent. It last got support in Cybernetic Horizon back in 2018, so it's been 5 years. And let's face it, even with that new support, the deck's not good. Okay, even with incantations, you can barely make it function. Alright, because believe me, I've tried. So, I think it needs a power-up, something akin to what Gishki and Nekroz have, where they can use a certain monster as the entire ritual tribute. So, that's going to be the first one. So, Demise and Ruin. Make it happen. Next for Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds is a more obscure one, and this is Reactors. So, the Reactors are mainly dark machines, and they have a focus of interrupting and destroying your opponent's plays. So, the main problems with this archetype, though, is the boss monster can't be normal summon in their set, which makes it very inconsistent. They're horrendously slow, okay, mainly because they have to rely on the level 5 monster to bring out the boss monster with its monster effect. There's no negation, only destruction, so unless you're facing a deck with all continuous equip or field spells, you're not really going to be doing that much. And it also hasn't gotten support in a very, very long time. The last card it got in the TCG was back in 2012 when Dark Flat Top was imported into Order of Chaos, but the rest of the cards in the deck all came out in Crimson Crisis back in 2009. Okay, so 14 years, okay? And this deck just needs a complete remaster, complete overhaul, just redo the whole thing, make it modern, essentially. Next, for Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal is the Barian Emperors. So, this one is kind of a cop-out answer because this can go any number of ways, but hear me out. So, out of the 7 Barian Emperors, only 2 of them have gotten direct support for their archetypes, being Shark and Alito with Sharks and Battle and Boxers, respectively. So that still leaves 5 Emperors that need direct support for their archetype. So there are lots of options here. You can buff out older archetypes and reintegrate older numbers to make them relevant again, okay? So lots of great options here. I would love to see some of the other Barian Emperors get some love, especially since Zexal was my favorite series. Next, Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. So, I think for Legacy of Destruction, Goki should get support. So, this is an Earth Warrior OTK focused deck that focuses on Link summoning. And it's one of the few Vrains anime decks to not receive any support after the show ended. So, all of these that you see down here, you know, from Code Talkers / Firewall Cybers to Altergeist and Marincess and all those, they've all gotten support after Vrains ended back in 2019. Goki has not, okay? Now, I will say, though, because someone's bound to say it that, oh, but they got Goki Finishing Move in Dawn of Majesty. That was an import. The OCG already had that card before the Vrains series ended. So it has not received any direct support literally since Eternity Code. So I would really like to see Goki get more support, and especially because it can fill out the low rarity spots. Historically, Gokis have been very low rarity, like to take their debut in Code of the Duelist, for example. Suprex was a rare. Rematch was a super. So this can really help to fill in some of the low rarity spots. And the main thing I think the deck would need is maybe a Link 1, maybe, and maybe a few more spells and traps. But that's going to wrap it up for what I think should get Legacy support in the upcoming core set, Legacy of Destruction. What decks do you want to get support for? Let me know. And in my next discussion video, I'm going to be going over potential candidates for the Light Duelist pack. Well, assuming we get one. So look forward to that. See you next time.